just a few quotes from the official brochure of San Francisco State. It says, just like the city of San Francisco, a quote already shared by Halston, SSA is known for valuing activism, social engagement, and service to the community. It's what the Princeton Review considers a college with a conscience. That is, an institution of higher learning that possesses both an administration committed to social responsibility and a student body actively engaged in serving society. So I ask the administration, what social responsibility exists in suspending a student who has risen up in the face of adversity to profess a new form of activism that actually fights for social impact? The civil rights was not achieved in one night. As a matter of fact, you will remember that it was illegal to cross the Montgomery Bridge. It was illegal to have a sit-in in many of the restaurants where African Americans were denied entry, where there was segregation. It was considered illegal to occupy this building, and yet the students did it because we are left with no other choice. So next, I'd like to invite the next speaker we have, which is Israel Alvaran, and he's with the Clergy and Lady United for Economic Justice. Thank you.
So I met some of these students here, especially Halston. I met them first at a union picket line at the Grand Hyatt. And since then, we've been in communication, since I'm also working as a community outreach person for Unite Here Local 2. And I've seen how true they are to their desire for social change, not just in their campus, but also being involved in actions with the unions, with the community. And I heard what's on the pamphlet that's being promoted by this school, talking about conscience, talking about social activism. But when they're actually doing it on their own campus, then there's a big problem, right? A Brazilian archbishop once said, Archbishop Camara, Helder Camara, he said that when we give food to the poor, they call us saints. But when we ask why we're poor, they call us communists. It's the same way here. You teach us social justice, and we listen, you're happy. But when we actually act on it, you're mad and you're saying that we're terrorists. There's this double standard here. And it's so sad because we're in a place of learning. This is a university. And I must say that the student occupiers, all these supporters, are actually learning from this university of life and struggle. And it's a shame for this university to shut them down with political oppression and repression. I would say that this act of this, I would say management, being a union person, I would say that this is an act that is actually trying to hurt or hurting the education of these students. It is immoral, it is unconscionable, and there's all this talk about conscience. I don't think that this university's leadership has conscience at all for doing this. So I'm calling on President Corrigan and Dean Flowers. We met with Dean Flowers, and he told us, me and Alfonso, he told us that he was formerly a Unite Here Local 2 member. Brother, you were in a union. You know what unions stand for. We stand for justice and solidarity. And here you are oppressing your own students. And you don't. We were told that you're not even allowed to speak with Halston, the guy you're trying to kick out of school for standing up and defending the same school. What's that all about? So as a person of faith, I would call out on these people. I would pray for you, of course. But then it doesn't stop there. We will do whatever it takes. If we need to occupy that building, we will do it. And you will not only see students. You will not only see students. You will see clergy. You will see union members. We will do whatever it takes so that you cannot kick these people out of campus. Now, before I end, it says there, you know, an injury to one is an injury to all. We recognize that. That's like a union motto. That's why we're here. But then, all you people here also need to do your part. Also need to do your part. I'm a member of a workers' party in the Philippines, and the founder of our party was killed right before our party started. Shot dead outside the hall where we had that first founding Congress. And when I spoke to him before, he always says, what you need to do is organize, organize, organize. All you here need to go back to your classrooms, talk to your classmates, talk to your professors, tell them that this is an issue of political repression. This is about freedom of speech. And if they get away with this by throwing people out of school for speaking up about saving public education, then we're all going to be in trouble here. This is a working class campus. We'll always be supportive, but every student here needs to do its part. If we need to occupy this whole quad with all the student body here, we need to do that to show the administration that we will not stop until they learn their own lesson in justice against political activism and repression. So with that, we say solid.